Hello Gophers, welcome back to part 9 of our introduction to Go. In this video, we'll primarily focus on some examples related to conditional statements. Before we move forward, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also do not forget to press the bell icon so that you don't miss on any new notifications. Before we move forward with this example in this video, I would be assuming that you are already aware of if and else conditional statement and along with that you are also aware about the switch statement. If you don't know basic knowledge about those statements, you can directly click on the I icon above to see my video on the conditional statements. So now let's start by understanding a question where you need to calculate the HRA and DA of a person wherein you have been given the basic salary of the person. The rule of thumb that is being followed by the company which needs this calculation is given in the comments. Now they say that if a basic salary of a person is less than equal to 10,000, then the HRA will be 20% and DA will be 80% of the basic salary. Whereas if the salary is less than equal to 20,000 and should be greater than 10,000, then HRA and DA would be 25 and 90% respectively. And if the salary grows beyond 20,000, then HRA and DA would be 30 and 95%. Now, let's start by doing this example. Here I have declared a variable wherein I'll take the basic salary of the person, and I have few more variables that are declared as float 32. Now I have taken float 32 because I know if I calculate 20% or the maximum 95%, that is the part of DA of any amount that is greater than this, it would not result to a value that won't fit in float 32. That is why I have taken float 32 to calculate all this. So I have four different variables of type float 32, namely HRA percentage that we need to take into account, HRA amount that is the final amount that needs to be given to the person, DA percentage and DA amount. Now I have applied an if else ladder where I'll say that if the basic salary is less than equal to 10,000, then HRA percentage would be 20 and DA percentage would be 80 as mentioned by the company. If else, I'll say that if the basic salary is less than 20,000, then HRA percentage and DA percentage would be 25 and 90 as mentioned. And anything apart from this, if it is there, then HRA would be 30 and DA would be 95. Now I have the percentage of HRA and percentage of DA that we need to be taken into account. Now I can directly go ahead and apply the formula to calculate the percentage of the basic salary. Now, one thing that I know, in Go, you need to convert a integer type to float type or float type to integer type before you start doing some calculation or arithmetic operations on the different data types. Now, the safest would be me taking integer to float, which would not result in any loss of data. So I have converted the basic salary to float 32 because my HRA percentage and other values are all in float 32. So I've converted this to float 32. Then I've multiplied it with the HRA percentage and divided by the 100. Now, many of you might argue that we could have given directly dot over here, which would reduce our calculation in dividing by 100. That is definitely a part of coding, and you can definitely improvise on the example. Now, if I do and I run this program and calculate what is the salary or the HRA and TA that is to be given to a person is shown over here. If the basic salary is 10,001 rupee, the HRA would be 2,525 paise, wherein the DA would be 9,090 paisa. Now, if you see, 10,000 falls in the bracket of anything greater than uh, anything greater than 10,000 but less than 20,000. That is why DA would be 90% and HRA would be 25%. Now, if I change the value and take it to 10,000 to be precise, it should definitely fall into this bracket. Now, let's run this. I can see the HRA is 2000 rupees, which is 20% of 10,000, and DA is 8,000 rupees, which is exactly 80% of the basic salary. Now, the same example can be taken and used or can be delivered using a switch block as well. Now, let's see how we can do this with a switch block. Now, to save some time, I have already written the program for you to how to use switch block in the same example. Now, as you can see, I have again declared a variable with a new name, that is basic salary S. Now, S I wanted to represent as switch. That is why I mentioned S in all the variable names that I have used earlier, because I need to compare both the result in the same program, and we'll see if both of them results in the same value. Now, over here, I have given a switch block which has no tag in it. So I can say I have used a switch block that is a tagless switch block. Now, when I have not given any tag or any input parameter in the switch block, I can directly go ahead and give some conditions in the case statement, as I can give in if statement. So here I had a comparison operator of less than equal to 10,000. I have written the same on the basic salary S, which was meant for the switch block right now. Now here the HRA percentage S is again 20, DA percentage S 80, and simultaneously all the cases that were discussed in the if and else example. And again the same calculation. Now, the thing is, we could have used the same variables that I had used but this is an example program, so I'm not concerned about using more memory of my system right now. But in your actual coding, you might avoid declaring the same variables again in the same code block and rather use these variables that were declared earlier and reuse them in the coming block. Now let's try and run this program. I think I changed the basic salary on the events ladder. So I'll again go and give the same amount in the switch block as well and then run the program. Okay, so now we can see the basic salary for if and else ladder block was 10,000 and the HRA is 2000, DA is 8000. Same with the switch block, we have got the same exact result. Now let's change the value to 10,001 in both the blocks and see if we end up in getting the same results. We will clear the block first. Now if I see if the basic salary is 10,000 using if statement, I got 2525 paise and 9090 paise of TA respectively. And with switch also I got the same result. That is why that means the condition statement which was meant to assign the value of percentage to HRA and DA variable behaves same in switch and if and else ladder. Now it's up to you what you like to follow. Now there is no difference in performance or any sort of things in the if and else and switch, but it's up to you what you like and what you choose to use in your daily life. Now, in case you feel you want more examples or more questions to practice on if and else or switch statement, that is the complete conditional statement, you can directly comment to me on my video below and ask me to put some questions. I'll definitely try to put some questions in description so that you can practice those questions on your own. Thank you for watching the video. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also press the bell icon so that you don't miss on any new notifications. Also do comment us below on any feedbacks or any new tutorials that you want us to do.